dear people of Ambazonia, fellow brave warriors of our liberation movement, accept liberation greetings from me, Comrade John Akuro, this day, the 22nd day of January, the year 2025. I'm delighted to be back here this evening, or to be back here today, for us to have a very interesting conversation. My dear people, I sometimes begin my shows mainly by expressing greetings, congratulations, kudos, and all of those things. But today, I want to take a few moments to say a few things. Folks, I will tell you this. I often come, sit down, take time to share with our people, not because I'm idle, not because I don't have work to do. I've read a lot of trash, read a lot of things. People say, oh, go look for a job and be doing, get busy. Those things. Some people say, oh, he's in America, he's suffering, he doesn't have where to stay, he's coming on the air, making noise, wanting people to contribute to help him to live a good life, or begging places and staying and things like that. Some people actually came in from Cameroon and decided to do everything to pay me a visit so they could take pictures of how I'm suffering, of the stress in which I find myself, of the challenges that I'm living through, of the tough life I'm living, so they can go back and share with some of my colleagues at CRTV who requested them so they could show people and say, look at that man was a very stupid and foolish man. But when they got here, they were like, wait a minute, are we mistaken where we're heading to? What is going on? This man has certainly gone to stay in somebody's house to receive us, to present a face. Whoever got picks to do a thing, that person God takes care of. Right from day one that I got to the United States of America, I never begged. I was never a mendicant. Although I crash landed in this country with a family of 5, I never had any occasion to beg. But there are people who decided and took upon themselves that this man has just arrived. I mean, this was not just a nobody. We can pay attention. We can show him love. I will never ever forget Mr. Wara Emmanuel and his wife Isabel Wara. They stood up. They rose to the occasion, just like my in-laws. They rose to the occasion. Paid attention to me. Good friends, those real friends who don't abandon you when you are in difficult situations, they rose to the occasion. Comrade Elvis Kometa, they mix. Once in a while called me and said, Mr. Akuri, you always want to come to Maryland driving by a way. I don't know how you come for meetings. Sometimes say, take this and put gas in your car and move. Those are the rare people. There are some few whose names I won't mention for security reasons. But I have never lived on donations from the people of Southern Cameroons. No. There are too many of you out there who know that even right from the started saying, please contribute this, contribute that to assist this or that soul. It's because there are people who are really needy who want help. And I personally, Baku, I fear God because He took care of me right from ground zero. No one even knows how I escaped the throes of death. He alone knows. Even how I managed to pull out of it from Nigeria. He alone knows. But I'm here. I've had all kinds of aspersions cast on my person, but I'm here. I'm standing. And I want every single Southern Cameroonian Ambazonian to know this. We will never get this freedom if we continue to feel that it's a matter of the heart. We are not involved in love making in this liberation movement. This is not a love affair. This is freedom that we are fighting for. Don't like me. I'm reminding you, I'm not up for likes. You don't need to like me. You need to simply understand what I'm contributing to this liberation movement. You simply need to share what is good that I bring out that can help push this liberation movement ahead. I don't need you to like me. Where are you taking me to? Of course, I've been here for several years. People don't see me in places. Because there's one thing that I care about is that freedom I seek. Is that freedom I want. And if all of us grow a mature mind enough to understand that the main thing we need is freedom, you realize that you don't need to like me. Is there something I am doing that helps move this struggle forward? That is what you want to know. Is there something you are doing that helps move this struggle forward? That is what concerns me. The rest, I don't care. Like I said, this is not a love affair. We are not in a pleasure boat on a calm, beautiful blue sea trying to enjoy life. We are on very rough waters, seeking fair landing, seeking to see dry land, where we as a people can then get our individual potentials projected to contribute in changing our collective lives. If you pay attention to this, you realize that that is what we need. Because I see some of you, you come to the comment section and say, oh, Mbakuro, you hate this leader. You hate Biemton because he is praising Comrade Sako. You hate this one because he is projecting Comrade Ayaba. You hate that one because he's projecting Comrade Sisco Ayuktabe. You hate that one because he's saying Comrade Akwanga is the best. Listen, I don't give a damn to all of that. You shouldn't either. We have to collectively understand that this is a people's collective fight for freedom. That is the motto of the consortium that I lead. And so you come and say, oh, Mbakuro is a lone wolf leading a dead structure called a consortium. Which structure is not dead according to any of you? 1 million of you have come to me and said, oh, the Sako IG does not exist. Oh, the Comrade Ayuktabe IG does not exist. Oh, the Merenta IG does not exist. The only authentic one is the Christian IG. Oh, this and that. I don't give a damn to any of those things. I value every single individual in this liberation movement who carries out a positive act that pushes the struggle ahead. That is what matters to me. I'm taking these few minutes in this broadcast to reiterate this so we bear in mind. Listen, folks. This 2025 is a turning point year. If you think you need freedom, stop thinking along people, group, movement, organization lines. If you think we need to get La République du Cameroon out of our territory, stop thinking about yesterday or Honorable Tibonagi when he was in power, he said this or that thing. Some of you bashed him, reduced him to rubber because he was not supporting your group, movement, or organization. Today he's back in power. Oh, that is how life is. Life is unpredictable. How do we tap benefits of people if we take liberties to insult everyone who doesn't think like us? That's what we're fighting against the Republic of Cameroon for. That's what we want them out of our territory for. We want diversity of opinion. We want freedom of thoughts. And someone told me, why don't you answer to this guy they call Delano? Deal with him. I said, Delano? I will not answer to Delano. Delano is a young man who is trying his best. There are moments when his actions or his outings push the liberation movement forward. There are moments where his outings are simply divisive. He isn't a trained communicator like myself. I wouldn't ask too much of him. Do you watch American media? You see how they make mockery of even the journalists, and the journalists play it themselves on the media. Today I had occasion to watch on MSNBC a journalist of MSNBC showing how people were on Saturday Night Live mimicking them, mocking at them, doing a parody of them. This is what freedom of communication is all about. I don't come after people who come after me. I look at what they say. Is there truth in what they say? If there's truth in what they say, I adjust following it. If there's no truth in what they say, I trash it. I laugh at it. It makes me chuckle. I won't go after Delano. He's trying his best. At least Delano is talking. There are people who have stopped talking. I need too many Southern Cameroonians activists to be out there now talking, because 2025 is a turning point year. We must bear this in mind. But the one back go to answer the work I want. Some people have shut down comments on their channels, on their platforms. You can't comment. You just watch, you can't comment, because they don't want to see the dirt that you say about them. It pleases me to see the trash you say about me. So you come call me names, this agent of La République du Cameroun, this whatever. I don't give a damn. I'm focused on making sure I get my space in Ambazonia when the time comes, because I will. Ambazonia will be free, and I'll get my space. I have said this for 8 years and counting. I've not changed. I won't change. Maybe someday soon. I may also get tired, right? And I'll stop talking, I'll stop broadcasting. Because I know it is the wish of those who are very virulent after me. They want me to stop talking. Because La République du Cameroon's greatest joy is to ensure that I stop talking. They know. They have reached out to me. They sent people in this United States a lot to meet me. They met people. I've seen pictures of the people. I won't talk to you. They couldn't get me then. They can't get me now. But let me be here. I'll be here. And maybe someday I'll stop on my own terms. Nobody's going to force me to an end. One thing you must put in your mind: Ambazonia will be free. Whether I keep talking or I stop talking. But it is my desire to keep contributing. That said, folks, let's have a discussion here. I'd like us to take a look at this paper. Don't just look at it. There is some information beneath here that I want you to see. You see that La République du Cameroun, in our land, could harvest how much money every year, that at least in 2024, as customs revenue? Look at it very carefully. You understand why I'm sharing this paper. You will understand my frustration. Look at the picture under Dr. Chris Fomunyo. Directly under him. That picture directly under him. After that picture, look down. The title that is in green, right down there. Southwest Customs generates over 49 billion for 2024. 49 billion for 2024. Now, my people make noise, say things. There is a thing you do. We want to stop an enemy for clamping down on you. It's true, they often had far more than that. But for La République du Cameroun to still have 49 billion from only one region. I've not had the one that will say from what they call Northwest. You combine both, you have figures that would embarrass you. That is the money they use to fight you and I. That is the money they sponsor soldiers to rape your sister and my sister, to rape your wife and my wife, to rape your daughter and my daughter. That is the money they use to burn down our villages. That is the money they sponsor soldiers with to terrorize our people. That is the money they take from to give Atanga Ponji, through Jonathan Majini, through Callistus Gentry, Tabetando, Belamoki Charles, in short, all of those people, Peter Mafani Musonga and others, that's the money they give them to hire dogs who get into the bushes, create camps too, as if they are self-defense volunteers. So they can go out, kidnap our people for ransom, rape our people, wreak havoc on our people, so that they say our boys have become thieves and kidnappers only. Take note, there's an article from the Corbett Factor that I'll get published soon and I'll share it here. Now you see, this is somebody from the ground who is telling you about the so-called etiquette of Amber or Amber boys. We are here making noise. We are here talking, joking. And some of the money they even raise from the Douala seaport is put in by us. You come and give Ambazonia $1,000. You ship a container to Douala and give to La Republique $60,000. The Bamilikes, who are citizens of La Republique in good numbers, have stopped shipping to Cameroon. They are investing in Ghana. They are investing in Burkina Faso. They are investing in Cote d'Ivoire. They are investing in other African countries. A good lot of them have stopped shipping to La Republique du Cameroon because they want to cripple the system so they are able to get the Biya system dead and change their country. You and I, who want that country out of our country, are sponsoring them and claiming that you are fighting for freedom and you have the voice to stand. Open your fangs and come back as an agent of La Republique. Between you and I, who is shipping containers to Douala, who is an agent of La Republique? Who is shipping beer from La Republique to Cameroon to come and sell in the United States? Putting money into their coffers to use in fighting us, who is an agent of La Republique du Cameroon? My people of Amazonia, what do we want? Is this a revolution or it's a liberation movement? Let us define what we want. Because if we can't define what we want, then we'll keep taking the wrong actions all the time. We must be clear what we want. If freedom, total liberation is what we want, we cannot be seen shipping to that country that uses our money to deal with us. We cannot be seen not wanting to take measures to shut up that country from the places where they collect money from us on our land. Yes. Why does La République du Cameroon's custom still have the freedom to operate in a cock? Why? How? Why should they? We come and sit down. We make a lot of noise. We want is power. What makes power useful is when it is guided by a vision. If there's no vision accompanying it, that power is useless. We must think. We must be strategic in 2025. This is a turning point here. And just as you see right ahead, Mr. Paul Biya is pulling out another card. Another card too complicated for the people of La République du Cameroon to know. But I'll reveal it to them right ahead. I'm revealing it to them because it is in our interest to reveal it to them, to let them know early enough. Otherwise, we could keep it, but it won't help us because keeping it will make Biya stay there in peace and it will be stable. It doesn't have to be stable. It cannot be stable. It should not be stable. That should be your mission. That should be my mission. That should be our mission. You want to know that La République du Cameroon today is so finished, such that Paul Biya has to use a strategy that I'm going to talk to you right ahead, Watch this video.
Rien ne me plaît dans ce pays. Rien. Où on va seulement tous mourir, je ne connais pas. Parce que je ne comprends plus mon beau pays là où ça part.
So, just to put you in context, you hear what she's saying. Nothing is moving again in this country. If you want to get a preamble as to what the situation is in the Republic of Cameroon, where they are, where it stands, and the level of desperation, this is the New Year anthem. I will not interrupt her, I will only come after her. Enjoy the flair.
Nous nous débrouillons ici, là. Par exemple, moi, je suis veuve. Depuis plus de 20 ans. On se débrouille pour envoyer les enfants à l'école. Les enfants ont les diplômes pour payer l'école, pour que l'enfant ait même la licence ou même le BTS. On te va te dire que l'école, c'est les 600 000, c'est les 700 000. Tu finis de payer, tu payes les formations. Les enfants sont à la maison. Ils ne font rien. Qu'est-ce qui est donc bien dans ce pays que vous me demandez qu'est-ce qui peut me plaire dans ce pays? À mon âge, 3e âge, je suis sous le soleil, sous la pluie, et que j'ai les enfants qui peuvent me...
You see, I'm interrupting to the benefit of those who don't understand French. Because I'm seeing comments saying, please interpret. This mother is saying, nothing is moving in that country. Nothing. You send children to school, they get degrees, they get all or not, they come and sit back home. You struggle, you do all kinds of things and all or not, you kill yourself, nothing is changing. The situation is only getting worse. She said, look at herself. In the third age, that's an advanced age. She says third age. That means that she is already gone past just the middle ages. She's already on the other side. But she said, look, I'm sitting under the sun, struggling to earn just a living. Nothing is working. I don't know where this country is heading. Oh, 2025.
Oui. Non seulement ça, on vient encore, on nous détruit. Bientôt, quand vous êtes là, la commune municipale va passer. Nous chasser, on court avec les marchandises, ils prennent ce qu'ils peuvent prendre, ils partent jeter. Les tables, ils ont cassé. Tout, ils ont détruit. Qu'est-ce qui peut plaire quelqu'un dans ce pays? Le pays va mal. Le pays va mal. Je réponds à ta question, ma fille. Le pays va mal. C'est vous qui connaissez où? Tout le monde pleure. Les enfants pleurent. Les mamans pleurent. Les pères pleurent. Finalement, il y a quoi de bon? Il n'y a rien.
Hey, that last statement. Everybody is crying. Fathers crying. Mothers crying. Children crying. Goods crying. Roads crying. Waters crying. Everything crying. Finally, what is there for the better in this country? She's been seated there. Soon the council will come, carry everything she has, scatter everything, sweep everything. Oh my goodness. I beg. I know, even if you don't understand, just look at her actions. You will see the desperation I'm talking about. Enjoy, please. Do. See, this I'm enjoying it. I even have a glass in my hand because in 2025, I'll be enjoying as the Republic of Cameroon is somebody. I bet you. Yo. If you are also an agent of the Republic of Cameroon like myself, you need to enjoy how they are burning. An agent that enjoys how his leaders are burning. Not so. Listen, folks. If you have never, ever believed in this movement, this is the time to put in your all. We are at a critical stage in this liberation movement. You may not know how fast things go. Do your homework. Don't wait later on and say, if I knew, maybe my contribution would have taken us across the bar. Contribute now. Put it in.
Rien. Pas de travail. Vous voulez même vous débrouiller, on vous chasse. Je ne sais pas là où on veut nous mettre. Toutes les femmes, si on nous a chassés. On est là par petitesse. Dès que la commune vient, on commence à courir avec les gens sur la tête. Ils ramassent même les femmes des gens. On met en cellule. Oh non. Ça me fait pleurer le pays ici. Ce n'est pas le pays que moi j'ai grandi dedans. Oui. Quand moi je grandissais, au temps d'Aïdjo, le pays ici était bien. Faut pas que je parle ce qui est mauvais.
Yeah. This is not the country I was growing in. At the time of Aïdjo, this country was a country. This country is finished. It's not the country where I was in. We have crippled them. We have made the cost of occupation so high. But these few pockets of funds still leaving our territory to them. As you see there, 49 billion in custom revenue in 2024. No, we have to shut them down. Once they don't have this anymore, we'll be getting to where we're heading to. We have to shut them down. They are crippling. They are crumbling. You see that, mother? That's the image of almost every citizen of the Republic of Cameroon. I have much in store. The only commodity I lack is a time to be here every day. But whenever I'll be able to, the days I'm able to, I'll come every day. When I can't, because of work, I can't. But when I'm able to, I will be here. And trust me, you're going to see more than you can imagine. Folks, 2025 is our turning point here. If you are backslided, come back to the fold. If you are a social media activist for the cause of the Southern Cameroon, please, I'm begging you, come back to the air. Even if you combine with insulting me, come back. As long as you have 30% of insults on me, 70% on attacks on the Republic of Cameroon, I'm with you. I don't care. What I need so many talking heads reminding our people where the Republic of Cameroon is, where they will be in a short while, and why we should continue to fight to be where we have to be. Come on. I need you on here. That is why you see, I will never answer to folks like Delano or encourage them. Because even when he attacks me, he ends up attacking the Republic of Cameroon. That's fair game for me. I'm very okay with that. Let's have some fun and then we'll get into real business. The real business is right ahead. So if you just joined, don't go away. Settle down, get a glass of something like me. Let's have fun on that Republic of Cameroon. Oh my goodness. I went enjoying dancing to this beautiful piece from Saw. And I was taking the steps, and I almost forgot that I needed to. That was just a break. I thought that maybe we were already on the arena in the Southern Cameroon digging it out. Anyway, you're welcome back. Let's now get into the beef of the matter. My dear people of Ambazonia, you see, France and La République du Cameroon are aware of the stakes in 2025. They have also understood that Mr. Paul Biya will never accept to be an ex-president. Write it down. Ex-president. Never. Mr. Paul Biya and his close aides and his gang, they are aware of one thing, that if they are not in power, they are dead. They'll be in trouble. For that reason, it is unto his very last breath that he will not be in power. As long as he lives, he has to be in power to avoid the disgrace. That is why what I'm going to reveal to you right here will shock you, will embarrass you. You will say, but Mr. Akuro is falling from the skies. But trust me, folks, I told you before, I worked in that system for 19 years. Usually when I say this, people say, hey, that's why we tell you he's an agent. I don't deny it. Because if you think that way, fine. But the fact that I walk in that system to the heart of it, that is why when they noticed that I had made up my mind to stand for what I believe in, they were ready to take my life the fastest possible because I had fought them for too many years. They were angry that I was in plain sight. They didn't know this is how far I could go. But I'm still right at the heart. I still have tentacles at the heart of that system. That's why I get this. For our sake. For the sake of the freedom of our land. That's what motivates me. My people, Paul Biya and his cohorts sat down and they said, and they had this very sound conversation with the Allies, the French and the British. And if Paul Biya is disgraced out, he will fight back. So everything has to be done to accommodate him until his last minutes while they prepare to make sure there is a smooth transition to avoid a situation that would allow Ambazonia the opportunity, or Southern Cameroonians the opportunity, to take advantage. You know how it happens in the mafia. When we notice we can't beat you, we make sure we dirty your fingers and have a dagger flying over your head and use you for our purpose. That's what's going on in La République du Cameroon right now. Some people are marveled. They are saying things. What is going on? What is happening? You have heard noise. It will be Frank Biya. Suddenly there was noise about Frank Biya. Frank Biya, pictures. They died. Biya thought he was going to die quickly. So they had to start fronting Frank Biya. But they suddenly see he's not dying. Although he's finished and honor, he's not dying. Frank Biya must wait. Because it's not possible to put Frank Biya. Biya is still dead. Lies. Biya doesn't trust even Frank. Biya tells him if even Frank sits there, he can still harm him. Biya knows what he has done. He cannot trust even Frank. He trusts only himself. That's what happens to all mafia leaders. You don't trust anyone except themselves. And so, strategies have to be put in place. But now, at the beginning of the year, when Paul Biya made the speech, the statement he made in his speech, that he was going to continue to serve, when he said, the coming year 2025 promises to be replete with challenges. However, there is not a shadow of doubt in my mind that by remaining as united and cohesive as always, we will meet them. And then he says, yes, my dear compatriots, we will, as in the past, together, turn these challenges into opportunities. Together, we will continue to move forward with determination in security and peace. And then he said, I particularly appreciate the unwavering and massive support you have always given me over the years. It is this unwavering trust that has inspired my tireless efforts to meet your aspirations. Your trust is both an honor and a compass for my actions in steering our beloved and beautiful country. And he concluded, I can assure you that my resolve to serve you remains steadfast and grows stronger by the day as we address the immense challenges facing us. And now, when Mr. Biya made this statement, he saw here a system, it was a teaser. Early in the year, because they don't want to be surprised at the last minute. It was deliberate to see and test the reactions of the people. And they have seen the huge challenges ahead. They are not stupid. They have been preparing. That is why they had used the Minister of Sports and Physical Education to give Samuel Eto'o, whom they had seen rising in popularity so bad, the toughest times of his life. That's why they pumped money into CAF, into FIFA, into all those structures to dangle on the head of Samuel Eto'o the specter of him being removed, one, as president of FECAFOOT, two, also of legal action running on him, so he will be crushed beyond recognition. They had to squeeze Eto'o for Eto'o to do what? To find himself in a desperate position and to fall back on Mr. Paul Biya for protection. And then Paul Biya will now come in like honest Iago in Shakespeare's Othello and play the good boy, play the gentle benefactor, and tell Eto'o, my son, nobody will touch you. When you suddenly hear, after all the information we had out, the audios we heard, everything that was clear, that Samuel Eto'o was involved in match fixing, Samuel Eto'o violated regulations here and there. Suddenly, from nowhere, CAF cleared Eto'o, FIFA cleared Eto'o, everyone clears Eto'o. Eto'o is not a Superman. Eto'o is not Elon Musk with much of the money in the world. This is carefully arranged, carefully fixed, because Paul Biya knew that it would get to a point where he will be in serious murky waters. I will dig this out to you at the end of the day. Look at this picture. You notice? Suddenly, from nowhere, because before now, in 2024, 2023, the Biya system was angry with Samuel Eto'o getting huge crowds, huge turnouts, wonderful receptions here and there, titles, Lamido of this, Lamido of that, everywhere, and they had to be sending Frank Biya to counter him, especially the Lamido of Ray Buba, with this and that everywhere. But suddenly, the Biya system is accommodating Samuel Eto'o so nicely, so well. The military, everybody, they are pushing Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o is receiving a hero's welcome all over La République du Cameroon, and even with exiled funds of the southern Cameroons. People are watching and saying, oh, Samuel Eto'o showed them pepper. You are naive. You don't have a point. You don't even understand. Look at this picture. Of course, we have heard the brouhaha from the funds about this. The social media was wild. Oh, Samuel Eto'o is now maintenant le nouveau fond de fonds. He has unseated Paul Biya. He has this and that. He has all of this. And Samuel Eto'o is up and down. There's a controversy. The letters have been flying from left and right. That's the subject of another communication I'm coming here with. Because the issue of the funds of the grassfield of the southern Cameroons and this title palaver is what I'll come to talk about at another time. But you see, why you have this is because of what I'm going to tell. You look at this Samuel Eto'o, you look at this CNA, of course, our brother Tamfu. You look at this, all those arrows are pointing to that cap and the attire. Why? Because Honorable Enwe Francis, but I don't call him senator because he's not a senator. He's Paul Biya's appointed senator. He's not a senator for the people of the Southern Cameroons. He used to be an honorable member of parliament in Widikum, elected by the people. I keep saying that. At that time, I recognized him as such. That's why I call him honorable, because of that. Of course, you can see that behind me is a picture of Upstation Bamenda. Someday, I'll come and talk about why I am seated here like this at Upstation Bamenda. But again, let's go to this picture. This is a attire that was worn by Honorable Enwe Francis, and hair was breaking loose. But it was repeated on Samuel Eto'o by someone, and there was a huge media boost. You never heard Atanga Ponji come out and threaten to send un serpent affamé after Eto'o. You never heard Paul Atang come out to say, no! I'm the Minister of Territorial Administration, and those funds, those chiefs are all under me. They should not make noise. The auxiliaries of the administration, how can they count some other person fund of funds when Biya is the only? No, no noise. You definitely are wondering why. Eto left from there, went to the north. Then he was inaugurating some stuff in the north. You found Eto in the streets of Garwa, Marwa, Benue, sound, fanfare, everything. Eto has what they call in French, le vent en poupe. La République Cameroun is what they call in French, jaser à l'étomania. Hey! And it doesn't worry anybody. No, in 2023, it worried them. In 2024, they didn't want to hear about it. They had to attack him because he was going to outshine Frank Biya. Until they had to work with a French firm to bring Ngannou, Ngannou, the athlete, the world champion, to bring Kylian Mbappe, the football superstar, the Ballon d'Or, and all not, to come and sign a picture of Frank Biya. They had to bring those ones to make sure, and then at another point they had to say Frank Biya is a greater star than Eto. But this time around, they are not doing it. Eto left after other fanfare. Eto was in the West region. This Eto in the West. Where is Bazoo, or wherever, or is Bamena, or is Bamengu, or is Bamenju, or is Bamenkik? Eto just visited a palace to mourn with the people where their phone died. And the whole place just saying, Eto, you see, Eto is dressed up there. Eto just went to visit her to mourn with them. He has no business, that chief who died, that chef superior who died there, has no business with football. And they are decorating Eto. Eto is Ozange. As you can see, crowds, Eto, Eto, Eto. This is the same Eto. Hey, the Eto mania is reaching vexing levels. But nobody is angry. It is on CRTV, on Canal 2, on Equinox, on STV, on everything. They are hailing Eto. Biya is not angry. Frank Biya is not angry. Atanga Ponge is not angry. Nobody is angry. They are just watching. Eto is le vent en poupe. Wonderful. All these wonderful images of Eto is quiet. Not worried. It is democracy. C'est la démocratie. Il est libre de voir qui veut. C'est un fils du Cameroun. And then it is going. People are like, oh my goodness. No, they just say, no, c'est le président de l'Africa Food. But wait a minute. This is the same Samuel Eto. Who here? Does anybody recognize who Eto is put here? That person is sitting on the ground, literally on the ground, to honor Samuel Eto. Hey, this is Garga Aman Haji. Hey, le chasseur de baleines. Garga Aman Haji. For those of you of the younger generation, you may not know who Garga Aman Haji is. Garga Aman Haji was the minister of the Public Service and Administrative Reform who resigned in the 90s that they were not allowing him a free hand to do what he wanted and became a presidential candidate. He even supported the Union for Change and supported Mr. Frundi's candidate. In 1992, Garga Aman Haji was a man of metal, and the regime had to squeeze him until he finally had to accept appointments from them, because they beat him to a point where he understood that if you cannot beat them, join them. You have to join Amanjua. He is here for this purpose. Receive someone. Do you see how he is in all reverence? Garga Aman Haji is a noble because he's from the Ayatu family in Garwa, in the north region of the Republic of Cameroon. He's a noble. To find him at this point with Samuel Eto in this picture, it's not a given. There is so much visual about Samuel Eto that you're going to see. It's even still coming. A lot of it. Even still on this platform, on this discussion. Don't go away if you just join. You're still going to see. You'll be asking yourself, but what is going on? And then, Samuel Eto'o supporters, they're not laughing about it. Then watch this one. This is what they call the icing on the cake. Watch.
Le PTT est là. Merci beaucoup ma chérie. Toi.
Il a été décidé de créer un bataillon d'intervention rapide dans chaque région militaire.
Il est toujours important de venir voir et de donner son opinion.
Lieutenant-colonel, commissaire en potage. Bonne arrivée.
Ça va.
Victime de Ney, comme tout à l'heure on venait de vous le dire. Un agent explosif qui a pratiquement voilé le pied. Il est pratiquement à 4 d'opération. On a pu sauver ce pied. Que Dieu vous garde. Ok.
Ici, par exemple, nous avons le Breton, baptisé Typhoon, qui peut transporter jusqu'à 11 combattants, parmi lesquels 4 membres d'équipage, qui ont du chaud d'argent, son tireur, son pilote et son pourvoyeur, avec 4 combattants à l'intérieur. Tous équipés.
El Monumento! Bon, l'hélicoptère que vous avez devant vous également est un hélicoptère qui, sur la base, on a 3 pilotes
Je porte avec beaucoup, mais beaucoup de fierté cette casquette. Aujourd'hui, il y a beaucoup plus de désinformation que d'information. Le bir est la fierté de tout Camerounais aimant son pays. À la force du ballon et ses 2 pieds et la tête, il a conquis le monde. Il a honoré l'Afrique, il a honoré le Cameroun, on l'appelle le BTG.
My dear people of Ambazonia, that was Samuel Eto'o. In the 65 years of existence of La République du Cameroun, there have been too many presidents of Fecafoot. How many presidents of Fecafoot had the opportunity to go from one city to the other to Ghana titles? Roger Albert Miller did wonders in 1990. Samuel Eto'o never got anything to La République du Cameroun, to the point where Roger Albert Miller got, taking La République du Cameroun to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and they almost reached the semi-finals. It was a first in Africa. Roger Miller was received in every single capital in Africa and even across the world for his prowess. But Roger Albert Miller never had a chance to get to these levels. We have had tough people at the helm of Fecafoot. No. What Samuel Eto'o is doing is not Fecafoot business. How many presidents of Fecafoot are allowed to go visit military installations and are given military honors? You had Samuel Eto'o, that's the installation he's visiting. Eto'o had military honors. You had them sing the national anthem for Eto'o, who even had a chance to review the troops. And it tells Paul Biya nothing. Can Maurice Kamto try that? Could Frundi try that? Can Cabral Libi try that? Can anybody try that? In La République du Cameroun, with Paul Biya there, that's Paul Biya's B. Ngongo is silent. Motazi is silent. Everybody is silent. Amugo Bellingham, others are silent. Nobody is making a noise. My people of Amazonia, and I'm telling the idiots, sorry to call them, of La République du Cameroun, you are there waiting for 2025. Why they are letting the goal right in front of you before your very eyes? And then this picture came out. This flyer. Program. Huh? Cook, Samuel Eto'o, Unité Nationale. Did you see that? Please. By J. Paul Saroka, allow me the opportunity to laugh. Because, as a matter of fact, I am here to open the eyes of my people to things they are not able to see, to things they don't know, and to what the future portends and is all about. People are laughing. Even the citizens of La République are there laughing. 2025, on va voir. In 2025, we will see. But they are dribbling them right before their very eyes. They are crushing them before their very eyes. When you see Samuel Eto'o with a flyer, Gouvernance, Unité Nationale, Programme, Rassembler pour transformer, élection présidentielle 2025. Rejoignez-nous. Plus 336 d'attaque de diaspora. Programme, Rassembler pour transformer. Gouvernance, Unité Nationale. And then, this flyer has a unique purpose. This flyer is out there to create that impression that Samuel Eto'o fils is positioning himself as an opponent to Paul Biya at the presidential election 2025. Social media activists of La République du Cameroun, some of them are being seriously prepared, both abroad and back at home, to come out there to draw a parallel between Samuel Eto'o fils and George Oppong Weah. To say, Samuel Eto'o fils, Ballon d'Or African, although it's not Ballon d'Or worldwide, Goliath d'Or and everything, multi-milliardaire and all of that, wants to reenact the George Weah stint in Liberia, in Cameroon. And so therefore, Satan pour Paul Biya et le RDPC. They are putting these things up for a reason. After they saw how the church reacted, after they saw how the national community like Republic Cameroon reacted. Listen, for those who were alive in the 1990s, who recall that in the 1990s leading to 1992, while Paul Biya was facing vicissitudes in the political arena, there was someone who came up there, he was a young man, he was only 33 or 36 years old. They called him Anta Gasagai. You laugh at me? I'm a journalist. That's why I'm playing that role in this liberation movement. I'm a journalist. Oh yes. I worked as a senior journalist for at least 10 of the 19 years that I put in as a journalist for the Cameroon National Broadcaster CRTV. Created a paper, became the president of the Cameroon Anglophone Newspaper Publishers Association, CANPA, and all of those. I worked across the board, both for the private and the public media. I will tell you, that's why you see me, I don't read from any source when I talk to you. Because this history, everything is in my head, is in my brain. I live this thing, I researched them, I participated, I did everything at the time. I've told too many people in this liberation movement that I'm unique. Unique in my contribution. I don't fight for power. I'm not interested in power in Amazonia. Power is not my business. So please, If you are fighting me because you think Biya is looking for power, drop it. I'm interested in our freedom. When we're free, I'll have my space in Ambazonia. I like to go back home. You need to know that. That's why I'm putting my all my professional know-how in this liberation movement. That's why all your insults, all your attacks and everything mean nothing to me. I do this for my people. Usually, when I say please, if you can, help contribute to sponsor this liberation movement. Because there are a lot of people who, when they watch my shows, they look at me. They say he's a president of the consortium. He's this, he's that. I can call him and I can have help. And I call you because I work closely with the team of the Ambazonia Relief Fund. Please put in $1, put in 10, put in 20. I can't stop thanking one of our sisters who at one point sent $300 to this fund and say, use it to sponsor any activity of our people of your choice, because I like what you are doing. If you like what I'm doing, sponsor this movement. If you can't give it through this channel, give it through a trusted channel, a channel you trust. But when you drop it here, I serve those who reach out to me because they believe in me, because they know what I stand for in this movement. My people of Ambazonia. Anta Gasagai came up in 1992 as a young man from the north. He was young, 30-something only. And the intention was clear. He will galvanize the young people. He will get them. They will follow after him. He's young like us. This man will uproot that system. He will us. Why Anta Gasagai gathered a lot of young people in the end? Anta Gasagai did what? I endorsed Paul Biya's candidature. Because for now, he's old and experienced. We need his experience. We leave our fight to take over after him at the next election. And Anta Gasagai, he's deceased now. He was appointed Secretary of State. That was his gift. This is the exact role that has been assigned to Samuel Etofis. That's why Samuel Etofis is using government infrastructure, using the military, using the everything. Samuel Etofis has been corrupted by Emmanuel Macron and Paul Biya, that's Epudi, to front him because they have observed that 2025 will be zone of death. They need to grind people like Kamto. They need to grind people like Cabral Libi. They need to grind, because Cabral Libi had an argument, he was a young man. They need to grind all those people. Nobody will make a noise against Samuel Eto'o. CRT will promote him. Cameroon Tribune. He's in all the media. You think Paul Biya is stupid? No. When I talk to the regime barons that told me, my son, this is what is in the making. The people are being fooled. The people are being dribbled in plain sight. Samuel Etofis is not a savior for the Republic of Cameroon. No! Samuel Etofis is a Trojan horse. Trojan horse. Write it down. Trojan horse. Take note of this broadcast. Keep it. You'll bring it back to me when we are getting to closer to the elections of the Republic of Cameroon. After Samuel Etofis would have endorsed Paul Biya, Samuel Etofis is out there. All the work you see him doing the movements, it is at the behest of A2D. It is on the ticket of A2D. It is at the behest of Mr. Paul Biya. It is for Mr. Paul Biya and his system. It is for France. For those of you Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, who are being fooled, that support Samuel Etofis because he will be this Unité Nationale, this and that. You see that Unité Nationale there, it is to target those Southern Cameroonians who are still being deceived and who are still being cursed to think that anything good can come out of the Republic of Cameroon. You see that unité nationale, it is to fool you to believe that with a new, young, a brilliant person, you listen, stop. Samuel Eto'o is wolf in sheepskin. Samuel Eto'o is working for the Biya system. They had to spend the money and energy to bail him out of the same situation they put him in, so that they should transform him into a useful idiot in their hands. Southern Cameroonians, aka Ambazonians, don't be fooled. Don't allow yourself to be enmeshed into this tomfoolery. We are bigger and greater than this. We should remain focused on what we care about. Let the citizens of La République be fooled, but we will help them to inform them, because we need them to be informed about this. We need them to be informed about this because they have to be informed. Because it will be useful for us when they are informed. Because it will also help them when they are informed. And I laugh. My people of Amazonia, I want to thank each and every one of you that spared time to watch this broadcast. As usual, perhaps it was impromptu, but like I said, I work, and so I will only do this within my schedule. Trust me, I will continue to serve. Samuel Eto'o Fils is Trojan horse. Samuel Eto'o Fils is Paul Biya dressed in youthful garment, because he knows he's being rejected because of his age, and so just like you have a serpent that has to do what? A python, when it's already so old, it has to stay somewhere, and then it will regenerate by peeling off its skin. That's how Paul Biya appears to you now in Samuel Eto'o Fils, and will come back to himself at the opportune moment. If you doubt me, keep the watch. Wait for the time. You'll come back here and call me to send me a piece of color or not. I may not need it then, because this is what I have now, and I'm having my phone.